it's your girl Big Root True Talk back with another one, episode 11. And today I have a special guest by the name of Rhonda Skye. Yes. And come on. Hello.
Girl.
Thanks for coming.
Yes.
You guys, happy holiday.
Oh my goodness, happy holidays.
Happy holiday. Did you enjoy your Christmas?
I did. It was nice.
Oh, that is good.
Yes.
That is good.
How was your Christmas?
It was excellent.
Nice.
It was really excellent. Yes.
Yeah, we got this cold weather, right?
Yes, it's good. So, she has her business, which is on her head, Good Vibes Only. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so Good Vibes is just really based around good music, you know. So if you actually just follow us online, you can follow Rhonda Skye, Skye, and we basically just share people's, talents. So we love music. It's a lot of different styles of music. You have some interesting artists on there. And of course, I gotta get my girl on there too, Cleo.
Okay, yes. And by the way, that was In the Season by Marie. Y'all, it's a Christmas song. Very beautiful.
Nice song.
Yes. So where all they can find you at?
Okay, so it's gonna be Rhonda, RHONDA .Skye, SKYE. And if you find me like on Facebook or Instagram, you can just go on to Rhonda Skye.
Okay, and pretty much it's just Good Vibes where you just listen and react.
Well, it's just basically watching. You can leave comments and things of that nature. But it's just watching people's. You can leave opinions and comments, however you feel. But we want to definitely support each other. So we don't want anyone to give any negative feedback. It's just basically listening to people broadcast their talent. And that's one thing where people are kind of nervous to get out there. So I'm always for it. If you like opening up and showing the world your talents and things of that nature, I'm like, hey. And I love a good artist, honey.
Exactly.
I love a good singer. I love it.
And that hit it right on the head because that's exactly what my podcast is about. It's about relationship, Father, as we talking, but it's to also get y'all out.
She turned the camera.
You said get us out?
She had turned the camera.
Oh, it came back?
Good.
Because
it was cutting you off.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We had to some little adjustment.
All good. We back. But yes, that's the main thing about this podcast right now, you guys. It's based on getting y'all stuff out and your merchandise. If you rap, sing, entertainment, anything that you does, you can get it out. It doesn't matter what it is. If you do it, you on the show. So with that being said, you guys, let's get her ready for this topic that I have that she does not know about, you guys. I do not tell anyone about the topic when my guests when they come on my show. So she's going to hear it too.
Oh Lord.
Okay, so with that being said, she tried to peek y'all.
Yeah, what is this question?
Okay, with that being said, the topic of today's is, when is it the right time to walk away in a relationship? Now, that could go any way, but I want you to express to the guests, or the audience. And y'all also can comment down to below if y'all have questions for her or if y'all want to just leave a comment, share, subscribe, the whole 9 yards. And also leave them stars down, you guys. Give me them stars. Hit me with them stars, baby. But, yeah, so pretty much with the question again, when is it the right time to walk away in a relationship? Now, currently, you is in a relationship.
Yes, I am in a relationship.
Hi, he's in the back, you guys. Okay. But, so it's not like, when I give the question, it's not like I'm literally asking within your relationship. Some people say what they going through on here, But I am literally asking you as a person, regardless, since you're in a relationship, that's fine. But at the end of the day, I'm still asking, when do you feel like it's,
for sure. Okay, so I'm definitely following you. So this is just a general answer.
Yes.
And I guess my opinion on when to leave a relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I really feel like it's really an interesting question because it can be kind of put in different perspectives.
Okay.
So it just depends on the dynamic of the relationship. It depends on the level of disrespect.
Okay.
Because most of the time you leave because you're not happy for whatever reason. It might have something to do with disrespect or everyone's situation is different. Maybe violence, something of that nature, or infidelity.
Yes.
Me personally, I think those three things that I just mentioned are all deal breakers.
Okay.
But you know what? I have seen situations where people stay.
Yes.
And it's like, of course, you're like, well, why would they stay in a situation like that? But usually it's kind of like it's within the person's relationship. I think that people stay for different reasons. There might be kids involved.
Okay.
It might be a marriage. So it's like, they might feel like it's something worth working for.
Yes.
But as I do mention, it's certain things that are deal breakers.
Okay.
It's a deal breaker to be violent.
Yes.
Because I feel like, a man shouldn't be putting his hands on a woman, and a woman shouldn't put her hands on a man.
Exactly.
I think sometimes people overlook that. Because I actually know some guys who mentioned that they were in abusive relationships. And sometimes people kind of throw that off and say, that's impossible. Men are stronger than women most of the time. How is a man in an abusive relationship? But in actuality, it is some women who be...
Exactly. Very abusive. Yes.
Okay, so... with that being said, I really feel like, especially if you're married, I think that certain things that are not deal breakers, but yet you still feel like on the verge of leaving. I think that's...
So do you feel like by a person being in a relationship, if they married, it's more harder to walk away than a person just being...
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Because guess what? When you're married, it's more tied into that thing.
Okay.
You're talking about your bill, like not bills, but hopefully we're not going to talk about bills. Well, actually, when you get divorced, if your husband got some stuff going on, you can be responsible for that. I mean, the bills overall, I guess that's how it goes with divorce. I don't know. But I just know that a lot of things are tied into it with the marriage. Your finances are together. If you have properties and businesses and things of that nature, everything is tied in together.
Exactly.
So it's more than to just walk away at, what you would do in a typical relationship. But I do not condone staying if it's an abusive relationship, because that physical violence can turn into something else, like, someone really, really hurting, either or in a relationship. And then, too, it's not good to do to have a relationship like that around kids.
Exactly.
Because if you have kids, your kids are watching that. So,
yes.
Yeah, I guess that's my opinion on that. I guess it's all really based on a person. It's based on an individual. One thing that I had to learn, I'm going to be really transparent, is to not tell my business.
Exactly.
Because you know how, like, sometimes you're in a relationship and you have a disagreement with your mate, and you want someone to just talk to. I think it's okay to have a certain one person who's kind of biased, and they're not like, oh, girl, leave that bit alone. But in actuality, he's not really that bad. It's just like you might be feeling like, well, I don't like when he do this, and it might be something so little that could be, fixed.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got your girlfriends over here, and they singles. I don't know what, don't have no man. They want a man if they want one. Some don't, and they're like, girl, leave that man alone. You don't need him. And then you turn around single too, lonely.
Now you lonely with them, and they all happy now, huh?
Okay, they move on and find somebody. But I guess, as I said again, it just really depends on the dynamic of the relationship. And then sometimes someone can give you advice to leave, and you stay too long.
Yeah.
Have you ever met somebody who stayed too long? Yeah. And it's like, once you leave, you all depleted, and they take everything from you. They took all this and, left you high and dry, and now you sitting there looking crazy and you have to rebuild yourself. I'm a big advocate of this stuff.
Okay.
A lot of people are like, when you get out of a relationship, you should wait for months and a year and this and that to meet somebody else. Now, I think that people, they kind of take that some kind of way with my response, but I don't agree. Because I feel like if you are together and you don't stay too long where you feel like you're drained, that person is taking everything from you when you got to rebuild after you leave, that means you stayed too long. But if you leave when you see those telltale signs and you just know it's no working this out, right? And you're not like depleted, you leaving high and got your things together, you know, you're not broken. I don't think there's anything wrong with you meeting somebody else. Because how do you know how long it's going to take for the right person to come? The right person could come within that week, the end of the week. And I'm not saying go be intimate with anybody, but I mean as far as exchanging information and periodically talking, because guess what? You can take that time frame. It could turn into a month. You could actually be talking to this person, getting to know this person within that time frame. And, you know, and decide down the line within a month or two, you might want to go into being in a relationship and being more exclusive with each other, right? Okay. So I don't think it should be like, oh, you shouldn't get a number. Right? Why? If you moving on, he moving on. What, you supposed to sit at home and cry?
Hey, you know, I mean, a lot of people do that.
Yeah,
I really like how you subscribe that. Thank you. So,
you're so silly.
So what is a perfect relationship to you?
I don't know if anybody has the actual perfect relationship. I think that everybody is individuals, and especially coming together with another individual who has their own mindset. You know, everybody, when you meet someone, you link up with that person, you have to come together. So it's going to be differences. It's going to be things that you don't necessarily agree with that individual. So, I mean, you have to sometimes work through some things. And that goes back to saying, like, should you leave and when is the right time to leave? And then that goes back to, say, a perfect relationship or a good relationship, per se, right? Because I can tell you a story of someone who they're in a relationship, but in the beginning of the relationship, it was not that good. It wasn't. They didn't have a really good relationship, I mean, from other people's perspective, right? But she stayed. She stayed with the man. And they ended up getting married. And in her eyes, in her minds of what's a perfect relationship, and in the view of other people, they might think this is a good relationship. But yet they had to put work into that thing. So it wasn't like they just jumped into this relationship and it was all peaches and cream. Like, the man was cheating on her in the beginning. You know, he put her through the ringer as far as emotions, you know. But as they grew together, you know, he had to grow and she had to grow. They had to both grow up into the relationship. So with that being said, they're married. They've been married for like 25 years, children. So, I mean, that story is a different outcome. So I think everybody's dynamic is different. Me personally, I think we all just desire a good relationship in our minds. We all have like a blueprint of like what we think is good, right? Do you agree?
Yes.
What's your definition of a good relationship?
Me personally, I feel like for a good relationship, long as you, first off, people need to understand that if you're not put together with yourself, how can you make a good relationship when you're still trying to find yourself? You see? Good. So at the end of the day, it's like you have to, like, nowadays you got what? A job, car, crib. That's the basics. Everybody got that. But now it's about, you know, is you stable? Is you where you want to be at? Is this what you want, or you want to work more on it? Once you get your mindset that you're focused, then that right man gonna come to you, because what you have, you're gonna be looking for that same thing. If you don't have it, and you turn around and be like, oh, I want a man with money. I want a man with a nice car. He got to have a big crib. Okay, but what you got? Because this is 50-50. You know, it's not 150 in no relationship. It's supposed to be 50-50. If you come in with your stuff and I come in with mine, now we put our businesses together and we blow up. We doing good. But you can't do that if you don't have it. And you can't want something when you don't have it for yourself.
That's good. That's good. So what's your definition of, okay, so you're saying that, but what's a deal breaker for you in your mind? Like, what would be the cutoff point in a relationship?
Well, since we all 30, in our 30s, and at that time of age, like, you can play around when you're 20. In your 20s, whatever, you getting to know stuff, whatever. But when you're in your 30s, going up to 40s and 50s, like, that's a deal breaker. It's time for you to really find, the love you looking for. Like, the guy have to treat you with respect, but you also have to treat him with respect as well.
Absolutely.
But life goes better when you have and you stable. If you worried about your last relationship and you ain't over it, or you comparing a new person to your old relationship, it's not gonna work out. So, that's why I'm just focused on myself, and just he's gonna find me eventually. But my standards, it's not necessarily when people say, oh yeah, her standards high. It's not that her standards high. If she's doing for herself, if I'm making a 2 people income, you gotta make a 2 people income too. We gonna be making 4 people income around this mug, And if I'm making and you're not, now that's something that's gonna be a problem anyway in a relationship. But if you all have, and then y'all come together and y'all do, it's not gonna be no problem.
So let me ask you this though, not to interrupt you, but so say for instance someone is in a relationship and sometimes things can happen, right? Maybe a bad investment, maybe something that goes on with that kind of put a damper in the finance department, right? But yet this person can get out there and get it. So do you look at that person and say, well, nah, you know what, I don't want this no more because you're not bringing in the same type of money that you used to bring in?
No, I feel like it shouldn't be that way, because once you come in a relationship, like I said, if you already have, people falls off. It's okay, and you're supposed to be able to pick them up. Yeah. But you don't want to have a person come into a relationship and already be, don't have, then it's a problem. But if you have it and you fall off down the line, it's okay. I'm there to pick you up. We're going to build this. We're going to keep it going.
So listen to this, though. So I was watching something online, and they were talking about, and this is what I think they call it, a builder girl or builder block woman, or however, I don't know the term that they phrased it, but basically it's saying a woman who comes into a man's life and help build him, right? And then he leaves. I was like, what?
They are.
He's like, oh, I gotta go.
They are out there, and that's what be so skeptical. That's what make people skeptical to even help a person.
Yes.
Because you don't want it to backfire. Because some people be down, and when they get up, they feeling themselves.
Yes.
They going out and cheating instead of being with that,
person who been by her side.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I want better. Now you not good enough no more. Now I'm back on where I need to be, and I'm ready for something new. It's like, what happened to the loyalty with it, right? So do you recommend a woman stand by a man's side and help him build this man? Or do you think but this is another one. So when I say build, let's break it up, okay? So do you think the woman should financially help him, or do you think she can verbally help him? Because sometimes a woman could just say the right things to the man, and that can just put some fire on his tail and be supportive.
Both, but as long as you have, for a man, all they want is support.
Absolutely.
In a woman,
Absolutely.
We want way more because, we get into our little baby ways and want what we want. But but at the end of the day, a man, all he wants is your support. And as long as you give that support, now if your support is taken advantage of and you feel it, that's when you need to walk away from the situation, because it's like, oh well, I'm giving you the support that I feel you should be giving me, but I'm not getting that back in return. Something going on. But that's when communication come in, and everybody needs to sit down and have a talk. If you feel some type of way, do not hold that in, because that will drive you crazy. Go ahead and say it. But if you got to keep repeating yourself constantly, and he's not getting it, that's the time to walk away, because he's not listening and he's not caring how you feel to fix the situation. If you tell, that's just like you tell a person, don't touch that. You come back and it's touch. But I told you don't touch it. Mm-hmm. So you're not listening. Mm-hmm. You know. So next question.
Moving right along. Oh Lord.
Okay.
Keep it going.
If a person cheat on you, would you walk away?
You know what? I've been cheated on before.
Okay.
That's very hurtful though, because I feel like if I was that type of woman, if I wanted to cheat, I could do that. I'd probably be good at it if I wanted to do it. I know for sure I could do that thing. For real. I wouldn't do anything intimately, but as far as being entertained and wine and dine and, you know, and someone with good conversation, if I was built like that, I feel like I could do that. So I feel like the fact that I would never do it because our whole relationship, you know, I respect relationship.
Exactly. And then not even that, if you play, like, one thing that I don't like about relationships, when people be like, oh, well, if he cheated, I'm just going to go out and cheat. No. It's called walk away, because why would you play this game? Why would you play this game with this person? Because that ain't doing nothing. All these diseases out here, different juices. Ain't nobody got time for none of that. You have to just walk away. It is no time to be playing games. If this man is taking advantage of you to the point where, because guys already understand, if they cheat on you, and you literally don't walk away, they know what they
already know.
Yeah,
they know they can keep doing it.
Yeah, and they gonna keep doing it.
They like, you ain't going nowhere.
They not gonna learn from it.
No, absolutely.
Yes, different juices, Marquita. Different juices. I said it.
Ooh, girl, that sounds so messy.
Yes,
messy and nasty.
They don't understand when we turn around, y'all throwing off women pH balance.
Yeah.
With these
Talk about
that
real fast. Talk about that real fast. Yes. Because men don't understand that when they have unprotected sex with two different women, and you go back home to your main woman, and you like, well, what's wrong with, because you know when you are intimate, and they don't understand the physiological or physiology of a woman's body, right? And those type of things messes with the woman's body. So you can't just be dipping and dabbling all over the place and going back home and thinking that, you know, you got away with it. Yeah. Because it's going to be something that's going to go her body
and
off.
Then they want to be quick to be like, oh,
you did it.
I didn't give you nothing. No, you threw my pH balance off, and that's what gave it to me. You didn't give me like a STD.
No, it's not STD, but
it is still going off my pH balance.
Exactly.
And that's when you just know it's weird. Every female know their body. You supposed to smell like water. All the roses and strawberries. You putting some stuff down there to smell like that. You supposed to smell like water.
Natural.
Ladies.
No smell at all.
Just natural. No smell. You gotta smell, and you can smell yourself. Go to the doctor. All these females need to go to the doctors. And one thing these men need to stop using the female as they think, oh, you ain't got nothing, so I'm good. No, check your body out, Joe.
Yes.
Stop thinking because this woman don't have nothing, because you are the one that's going around. And then the crazy thing about it is guys do not like a female to cheat. If we cheat, we hoes, but if they cheat, it's okay.
It's messed up both ways.
Yeah.
They don't realize that though.
Yeah.
I think, and you know what's so funny, because I had this conversation, right? And it's a big stereo. Like they just really look at it in a different perspective. They think that, and this is another thing, because usually when young boys grow up, and their peers, not peers, but older males in their lives tend to promote, be with as many women as you can be with. Yeah. You know, that's gonna make you a man. How many women have you been with? How many bodies do you know? You know, so it's like something like a bragging right for them. They get like kudos to it, like, oh yeah, you did that, you got with that one right there. Yeah. You know, but needless to say, they don't really realize that it's really stripping them too. just like a woman being with a lot of different men, it's stripping her. It's taken from her.
Yes,
exactly. So same thing with a man. They don't realize that. They think that's what's making them better. Oh, I've been with all these different women.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, when you get older, you start to realize, dang, I should have did this different. This is, you know, you wait till the time hit, and it's like you're not getting no younger. Playing around, swinging that penis everywhere like it's something don't mean nothing. Absolutely. You know, at the end, it's about how much money you have in your pocket for yourself, not to give it out to people, but for yourself. Where's your life going? Yeah. Can you go? You know what I'm saying?
Your goals.
What is your goals? What is you accomplishing? Absolutely. You know, you're not accomplishing by going and sleeping with a girl that's probably sleeping with other men.
Girl, say that again. How they sleeping with other, and that's the funny thing about it, because it's like, well, if she your side piece, what make you think you ain't her side piece too? Mm-hmm. What makes you think she ain't?
Pretty much, people these days, they go right into it like, oh, I don't want no strings attached. Just give me a couple of little dollars or whatever if I need it, and just give me some sex and go on. I don't want no wet cat. I'm sorry. If I want a wet cat, I go play with my rose. Okay. I do not have time to play. I'm serious, because like people be looking at me like, how can you do it? It's going on 2 years. Yes.
Amen.
I don't have no problem with it.
That's good.
But I was in a 14-year relationship.
That's good.
So it's not like, and I like to explain that because I don't ever want people to think, oh, okay, well, how's she talking about relationships and she ain't been? I was in a 14-year relationship. I was in it. I did that. You know what I'm saying? So now it's about me.
Absolutely.
In that relationship, it wasn't about me. It was about us. Now it's about me. Because I'm 100 with anybody that I will date. But down the line, yes, I am. But right now, I'm going to focus on my kids.
Absolutely.
And myself, and get myself together. When y'all see me in that big, huge house, y'all know what it is. Oh, yeah, I see Rudy. I know. I see you, too. You know.
That's right. But you know what? Let me say something about that, too, real fast. You touched on taking time to work on self, right?
Yes.
And let's go back to what I said prior to earlier in the conversation about just where you are. Because I really feel like if you don't overextend yourself in a relationship, you're not broken down once you leave that relationship. You caught it early. You realize, look, I see all the red flags. I got to go. I cannot entertain this information.
I feel like everybody, not to cut you off, but I feel like everybody goes in a relationship and they do the dummy. But at the end of the day, you supposed to learn from it. If you don't learn from it, or if you go, women got to get themselves to heal, and they tend not to. They get out of a relationship and they get right back into another one.
Wait, let's pause. When you say heal, that means that you broken once you leave a relationship.
Everybody, your feelings are still there regardless. You're not broken. But if you have feelings for that person, you're gonna be hurt.
So you need time to basically kind of digest what just happened. The separation. Yeah.
Because you're gonna use your relationship with your ex to your new one, because you didn't get time to heal from that, to let it know it's okay. And see, with mine, I'm okay with it.
Right.
I'm not worried about that anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It hurted but then I started thinking, hey, it took all my damn years away. You know, in my 20s, my prime. Now I'm old and shit. You know? But yeah, it's okay. Sandra says sex partners you share multiply each other's sex with different partners and just adding up when it is. Wait, come on now. And then she texts when it is going to stop. You only need one person. True, you do.
Oh, I see what she. Okay. Yeah, so wait, real fast. Let me ask because I'm not sure how she's asking this question. Mm-hmm. But to comment on that, is she basically saying, okay, once you get finished running through all these different people, you're gonna eventually end up with just one person?
She literally saying that stop doing all these multiple people and stick with one person.
Because at the end you're gonna still just be with your one person. So it's like now you're gonna accumulate all these bodies for what? You're gonna be with everybody for what?
Yeah. and you know, don't get me wrong. Some females tend to stick it out And down the line, I have saw relationships that the man did so much, and the women have too.
Mm-hmm.
But you know the secret that all the men say, women don't tell. But anyway, you know, it's just the point after you end up with all the stuff, you start feeling to yourself, is it me, or is he just doing this because him? Now so much stuff is running through your head and you confused.
Mm-hmm.
But when they start acting right to get you back good with them, to do the same thing over and over, when that finally stopped,
Mm-hmm.
I done saw relationships work after it and they didn't give up. But at the same time, it goes back to what you said as well too, that you should not tell your business. If you don't tell your business, nobody know anything that's going on.
Oh, you mean like friends and family?
Yeah. So, like, they know only what you tell them.
Yeah.
But if they don't know, then they consider, oh, that's a hack. Oh, they in a good
Yeah,
relationship.
they
are
what the picture look
perfect.
like.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I definitely agree with that. But then I do believe that sometimes you just got to have that one person that you can talk to.
Okay.
Because you want to release some things that you're going through, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I always would suggest that person is biased. And they're not like, oh, well, what is that the word I'm looking for, biased? Yeah. They're not like, oh, they're not picking sides and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because then that can be confusing when they might give you wrong advice. You know, and they go back to what you said as far as someone sticking it out and it actually works out.
Mm-hmm.
And then to pray about it. Because you know what? Prayer changed everything. Then he'll give you answers.
Exactly. So Sandra said you can't carry over from one relationship into the other and think it's going to get better.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Especially, and then what you mentioned too earlier, Ruru,
Mm-hmm.
you basically said, you know, you need time to kind of, you don't want to bring in the old baggage into that new relationship.
Exactly.
Especially if it's years in.
Yeah.
Now, okay, if it's a year, you know, I don't think a year is that long. I think a year in a relationship to say, okay, we trying to work it out. Because most of the time, a lot of people don't just jump into living with each other in a year. A lot of times they don't.
Mm-hmm.
Some situations are different. But most of the time, you have time to kind of date throughout that year.
Mm-hmm.
You get to hang out with that person, really get to feel them out and seeing if this is what you want. I think a year is a good time if that person's not like super crazy.
The one thing that's messing up some of these relationships that's going on right now is that people don't communicate with each other.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
you don't learn them. You just jump right in, have sex, and be in love with the sex. Like,
Absolutely.
Oh, you know what? The sex on point, and that's all you're thinking about.
That's all you know about that person.
And then when the person wants you to literally, you want to be with them, and then you want them to take you out and stuff.
Yeah.
You should have thought about that before they hit you. Now they like, oh, I hit her, she easy. I don't gotta take her nowhere. Let's get a drink and let's just fuck. Like, wait, excuse me.
Oh, how man.
Yeah.
You just basically answered the question.
Mm-hmm.
For those women who are like, well, I can't get a man, a good man, and a man to respect me, a man to stay with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, why can't I get those type of men? Because I cringe when people are like, it's no good men out here.
Mm-hmm.
That is a lie.
Yeah.
It's so much of a lie.
Yeah.
It's basically how you present yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And if that is not the right person for you,
Mm-hmm.
you need to basically reevaluate the relationship.
Exactly.
And one more thing too, you have to be mindful of the type of men you are attracting. Because I went through that stage before, my younger years.
Okay.
It was certain kind of bad guys that I was attracted all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, wait a minute, hold on. Because you have to reevaluate yourself. You know, what kind of image are you putting out there?
Yeah.
Why are you just attracting this type of guy? So I think too, depending on what type of guy you want to attract, you need to position yourself to be that type of woman that they will be attracted to.
Exactly.
Yeah. What's the next question, girl? I like this.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, do you feel like love play a part in a relationship that makes a person stay?
Oh, you know what? Sometimes I think people get love and maybe lust.
Mm-hmm.
They get that confused.
Okay.
They get that all mixed up. A lot of times, if it's based on lust, it's going to be a sexual chemistry all the time. It's going to be, oh my God, I'm thinking about the way the last time and this and that. It's always a sexual thing, you know, and love is stronger and deeper. Because love is going to stick by somebody's side through the good and the bad. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different type of dynamic. Because guess what? Lust, if that person's not trying to be intimate with you, you might get an attitude and might be ready to move on. Oh, you know how some guy, well, you know, I know guys, I got a lot of brothers, my brothers, but I always think that you should have a guy friend or a guy who loves you like a sister so they can actually pour into you. Because if they look at you as a sister and they look at you as family, if they're not family or, you know, whatever, they're going to look at you and give you real life advice. Like, you know, like a brother would or a sibling would. I mean, not a sibling, but like a cousin. However that looks, right? I think it's important, especially if you're not around a lot of guys. And also spiritual leaders. You know, because that plays a huge point. Like, it's really, really huge. A lot of times we get so caught up in, and then too, when you're intimate with people, that's the soul tie. So now you're connected with this person because you lay down with them. So you think you in love with them, but still in actuality, that's just lust. Okay? It was the intimacy is what brought you into this lustful place where now you just designed to be with them for the sex. It's not no true love. It's not no, I know everything. I know a lot about this person. This is somebody I can see my future with. This is somebody I can see myself growing with, right? You don't even know too much about that person, but you are, it's like and that's the feeling. It feels probably like love, like, oh my God, I keep thinking about this person, blah, blah, blah. But you don't even know that person. You just lay with that person. That's lust. It's not love. It's a difference. All right, moving on, girl. Moving on. Okay, for this whole book. No, it's not.
Oh wow. Okay. So, okay. Do you think?
Wait, let me ask you a question real fast.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so you've been single for 2 years. Now, have you been dating?
No.
So it's just basically. So if anyone tries to approach you, so get this question right.
Okay.
A lot of times people say that, well, I hear men say that some women are unapproachable. And it's not necessarily that they want to actually get with you like that. They might just find you to be attractive. So sometimes when a man even speaks to certain women, their disposition is so off. It's like, what you want? Or, you know, I'm in my own zone right now. I ain't thinking about no man. What you want? Why you looking at me? Why you complimenting me? What? You know, and they forget to just be, and I don't want to say thankful like you should just be thankful somebody's acknowledging you like that, but in actuality, it's a compliment. And compliments go a long way. And another thing that women don't understand is some men are, that's like a thing that they have to get over, especially when they're younger, like young boys. They talk about, like, how do I approach a girl? Like, what do I say to get a girl's number? Or how can I conversate with a girl? So these are the things that's going through their minds as males. So sometimes it builds up, have to build up courage to even go say hi to a woman or to compliment a woman. So for you to have a nasty disposition because a man just want to say, you look good today, or how's your day, that can throw everything off, right? So my question to you is, when you're approached, what is your response to being approached, and why?
I mean, it's okay. It depends on how they approach me, though.
Okay.
Because you have some that'll be like, hey, shawty, or you pretty, or this and that. And then another thing, too, it depends on where I'm at when you approach me. Because, see, one thing about it, if I go to a bar and chill and do drinks, I'm doing that with my cousins or my homegirls or something like that. It's not that I'm coming out to meet a guy in the bar, because if you meet a guy in the bar, that's what you gonna get, a bar guy. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where you kind of met him at. So he's a party type. So all you gonna get is partying.
Do you believe every guy that's in the bar is a party guy? Because you never know why they're there. Someone could actually invite them. And I know people who do business meetings in like a setting that's like,
well, if it gets to that point where you can find out, then you will find out. But, you know, I'm just giving, you know, how I feel. In
your mind of like where you would actually
if I meet them You know, that just goes for like too. If you meet a person at work, okay, they got a job too. Now you know he got a job or what he makes because he worked with you. But you know, I don't. You don't work with. I don't work with people and date them. Just you know, I don't do that though. But
Right.
you know.
That's a good question. Do you date anybody at your job? Like, would you mess with someone at your job? Like, no. A lot of people say no. I don't really. Definitely not. But whatever.
Yeah, but you know, with that being said though, if a dude come to me with sense, like, you know, it's a way how you say stuff and it'll go a long way with it. You will let me know where your mind at and everything. Oh yeah, what you doing after you leave here? Oh, you cute. Can I get your number? It's like you already just let me know. Okay, if I leave here, you trying to get some. If I was to allow that, you know what I'm saying? It's just the way how you word stuff. You could come and just sit and say, oh, you know, can I buy you a drink? You just look so, you know, beautiful, and I just wouldn't mind to getting to know you better. You know, take you out because guys is not romantic no more. They don't do that. They don't do it.
I do not agree.
They don't.
Oh
not all. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say all. I'm not gonna say all. Okay, but I will say most.
Okay.
Because if you think about it, we don't ask for much. Now, if you got them girls that's too sedity and want all the little whatever, then probably the wrong girl. But
wait, say what?
Like, you know, that wants too much. Like, what is this? Like, you can give me a card with breakfast in bed. You can run my water. You can massage my feet. You could give me a flower on the bed before you leave just to say, you know what I'm saying? Just the littlest things will make me feel, yeah, don't get me wrong, I would take the other stuff, but give me the little stuff that, you know, don't have to be spent with a lot of money to show that you love me. Yeah,
that's good. That's good. Yeah, so it shouldn't be based on money. Love is not based on money because if the money's not there, what does the love go away?
Exactly.
You know, like is it really love? Is it real? So yeah, that's good.
Matthew said most of the time it always just depends on your surrounding.
Absolutely. I definitely agree.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely agree.
Another one from Matthew. You always approach a woman with the open statement of queen. How was your day? And you go from there.
I like that because guess what? That's like keeping it really neutral. It's not like, oh, he's trying to get my number. Hey, what's up? What's your number? You know, so you know what? That can be just a general conversation, just a hi bye or just a compliment, and you just, you know, you can say thank you and keep it moving. You know what? One thing that I had, someone had told me, a gentleman, and he said, I just want to say that I really appreciate the fact that you're very pleasant.
Thank you.
Because if you're gonna, if someone takes their time out to give you a compliment, it's nothing wrong with you just saying thank you at all. Put a smile on your face. That's what we do, we ladies. Smile and say thank you and keep it moving.
Exactly. So Marquita, thank you. We speaking, I know, boo-boo.
Who is that? Quick.
No, Marquita said, what's something you used to believe about relationships but no longer do?
That's good. You go first on that one.
She's asking you.
Oh, she asking me. You know what? I think as I'm getting older, I don't have the tolerance and the time for nonsense. Because if I'm in this thing and I'm putting my all into this thing, I'm going to expect the same thing from you. Because
so what do you think that you did before that you kind of changed?
I think I think that the tolerance level has changed.
Okay.
Because, you know, as you grow up and then, you know, you have your own goals and expectations and things that you want for yourself and also with your partner, your life partner, right? So I feel like, because I told you that I was in a relationship with a gentleman cheated. I think now in this place I'm getting where it's like the tolerance level of that because it's so hurtful. It's like, what? I can't even imagine you entertaining somebody else, let alone intimate with another person. You know, that just hits home too deep for me. because you know that's gonna deal with a lot of other things. So I think my tolerance level for the shenanigans with the respect, and I don't like disrespect. I think that's very disrespectful to go and be intimate with somebody else in a relationship.
Exactly.
You know, so I think that's something I would never. I don't want to go through that. I don't want to even tolerate it. I want to nip that in the bud. If this is something that you're into, I need to get out of the way. If you're not willing to grow up and change, right?
Yeah.
I think that's one thing. I might have another answer to that, but I can't really think about it right now. But you know, my expectations for a man is different as I'm getting older, because now I'm looking for husband quality. I don't want just boyfriend quality no more. I don't want somebody that I'm just in a relationship with, and if it don't work years later or whatever that looks like, or however long it takes, you're gonna go meet somebody else. Now you gotta start all over with somebody else, right? And I think I hear that a lot with women. I don't want to start all over. I'm just going to stay because I don't want to start over. But I just think that that's wrong to stay, because that person is bringing you down mentally, emotionally. If you're going to get
if you got a question, I feel like this. If you got to question yourself and sit back and be like, oh man, am I doing something right? What is this relationship going? Is it going like, if you got questions, always ask your mate. And see his opinion, because this is the reason why relationships ain't going nowhere, because people not asking. Sit down and ask this man, how's your day? What do you think that can make this relationship better? What do you think I can improve that you don't like? And I can tell you how I feel about mine, and we can change it. And make it stronger.
So let me ask you this though, Ruru. So what if you're in a relationship with someone and something came up and it was really something that bothered you, right? And you came to your partner and you wanted to ask a question about it, like, well, hey, what was this, and what does this, you know, just their opinion on it, and they tell you, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about it.
Like, well, pretty much when a person, when you're trying to get something out of a man, and vice versa for a man trying to get something out the woman, if you don't quite get your answer that will solve a lot of your feelings, then it's the answer pretty much. That is the answer. Like, sometimes you have to read between the line, people. Stop trying to think, well, he didn't tell me off back he was cheating. Did you see it? I saw the girl call and stuff, but you know, he said that wasn't nobody, and just go along with it. No, sit down and talk to this man, because he's driving you crazy. It's going crazy, for real. And guys, all they say is what? Oh, y'all nagging. But you giving the female a reason to nag. You see what I'm saying? You giving the I know, girl.
That's good. Come on.
You giving these people a reason, and then vice versa for a man. Yes, females probably do nag. Everybody nag if they unhappy.
Well, I heard a man say that's the worst thing for a woman to do is to nag.
But you got to think about it. If you don't give me a reason to nag, you could get all smiles and joy.
I know that's right.
You could get whatever you want, as long as I'm happy. You know, happy life, happy sex, man.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, I ain't got if they ain't married, then it's the sex, okay? Now,
but that's why you should be waiting for them.
But see, look, the sex don't get good. If you have problems going on and y'all not happy, y'all not good. Sit down, everybody out there, if y'all listening. Sit down with your significant other, okay? And y'all go through whatever's the problem and get it out. Because you know that little saying, make up sex? It really is when you happy, though. You know, you might make that sex up, be like, you got that girl riding you, she don't want to. She going down on you, don't want to. Get her happy. That's the best sex in America. You be like, you know what, girl, you just did that right there. How you put that leg up like that?
Girl, say no moves.
Girl, you suck the skin off of it. Is that my balls? You know, you're gonna do all type of stuff because you're happy. When you with that person, we are happy. Girls nag, but if they nag, and don't get me wrong too, sometimes we can be worried about you and we just nag the wrong way. Like calling and y'all don't pick up. you thinking like, why you not answering? But if you at home with me, your phone in your hand 24/7. So
that's good.
What you be
what
doing?
You mean your phone ain't around you?
Exactly.
You got it with you every day, all day.
Yes,
when I see you.
yes. When you with me, your phone in your hand.
Right. Since when you leave your phone out there?
Yeah, that's in the car. It's in the car. Oh, my battery went dead. Oh my God, I left it in my guy car. We was drinking. Oh, it's upstairs. I gotta go get it. You know, all type of stuff. All you have to do is send a text. Hey, I'm with my guys. Because girls, y'all ain't gotta be so clingy either, though. Too much clingy is not right for a man. A man don't like no clingy ass female, okay? Stop being too clingy. Let this man go out and enjoy his friends. But if he's thinking about you as well, you got to think about that. People call when they think about you.
Absolutely.
So if this person is out for hours and they like beat them home and they still ain't called, they not worried about you. They either doing somebody else or they not worried about you.
Oh.
So you gotta get with that. And the next question is, do you think they stay because of the kids? For the people that do have kids, do you think that they stay around or stay with a person?
Absolutely.
Like, because some people just have kids and they, end up connecting with their kids, or you feel like you done put so much in, not just for him but for the kids, that you feel like you wouldn't even want to walk away, from the situation. So do you feel like?
Oh yeah, for sure. And I absolutely know quite a few people who stay because of the children. If on both ends, the men stay. I know men who stay. I know women who stay for the children. And then too, you're right. A lot of times, that's what keeps them. That's what actually brings them back together. It's the children. And sometimes, in a lot of instances, it actually works out.
Okay, so what if a kid literally comes to you? What if a kid literally comes to you and be like, well, I like you and I feel like you're a nice person and I don't feel you need to be with my dad or something? Because you have to think about it. It is a lot of kids that say you don't need to be in this relationship, and we try so hard to keep it together so that the kids can grow up with both parents or whatever. But when that child literally comes to you and tell you, why is you trying for, it's a done deal.
I definitely would suggest leave.
Exactly,
because that child sees something that is not comfortable. The child
is seeing it, but it hurts you because you like, at the end of the day, this is what I was sticking it out for. I put up with a lot of stuff just to keep y'all happy when y'all didn't even want it in the first place.
Well, that's the telltale sign it's time to go. Yeah. And that's your confirmation. My children are telling me to leave. And if that's the reason why you stay, then that should be the reason why you leave.
Exactly.
Because in your mind, you think you stay to make them happy, but to make them happy is telling you, Mom, I want you to leave. Okay. I don't want, X, Y, and Z. So that will make that child happy. So if your reasoning is because of the kids to make them happy, well then follow that.
So do you? Oh wait, you maybe missed my thought. So do you feel like dang, I had a good one. You guys, if it left me.
Okay, it's not my bad.
But yeah, with the kids and everything, it's just always good to get your kids thought too. People, y'all stop bringing everybody around your kids, Joe. That's teaching y'all kids. It's either teaching them two things. My mama can't keep a man or she a hoe. I'm serious. I'm so serious. Y'all bring y'all people around the kids and everything, and that is just it's not good. It's not a good look.
That's definitely no. I think, so this is a piggyback question off of that. First, I want to say this too, though. And then in those marriages or relationships where the male or woman or male, vice versa.
Mhm.
They stay in the relationship for the kids, and I do know people who did not stay,
Mhm.
even though you would think they would stay for the kids' sake.
Mhm.
They were like, you know what? I'm not staying. I gotta go. I can still take care of my children and not be in the same household, right?
Exactly.
But going back to what we just said too, dang, you made me lose my train of thought. But I was just thinking too, dang, it literally slipped my mind.
Yeah.
That's a
Girl, you just started sipping.
Okay, so you know what?
She blamed the wine.
2 sips too many. No, but seriously, I really feel like, and I want to go a little biblical with you, but
Okay.
the woman, the lady, I feel like her purpose is to be his helpmeet. And just to help him, that's what the word say too. I mean, and if you really think about it, and if your visions are, because you would want to be partnered up with somebody your visions can come together. Even if you all have your own vision, one thing I was just mentioning to my guy that I thought was really dope is that when I have an idea and I throw it out there, he brings the material so that I can make it happen.
Exactly.
And I'm talking about just creative thinking.
Shout out to Boo.
But and I said that was kind of dope because I've never really been in a relationship where my creativity or my creative mind was displayed, and he actually took the initiative without me asking, just to bring the material so that I can make this vision come to life, right?
Yeah.
And I think that goes back to like a helpmate or your partner, shall I say. And it should be equal too. I think that if you have an idea, it's okay for that person to, because some relationships, this is funny, because, well, not really funny, but it's sad, that in some relationships, the partners can be jealous of each other. Your partner can be jealous of you. They can be jealous of your success. They can be jealous of your new ideas, or your new careers, or your new ventures, your new, the fact that you're making more money all of a sudden. Sometimes people's egos can get in the way of things, right? And I think that's something too, because I would think that would be quite uncomfortable if you're with your mate and they're looking at you sideways. You're getting that energy from your person in your household. That's something somebody outside will be trying to give you, but you can ignore that. But it's different when it's in the same household, right?
Yeah.
How do you think people should deal with that? Like, if your partner is giving you that energy, like, they're not really happy for you.
Well, a lot of people,
and it could be your husband, too.
Yeah, I mean, just period, and vice versa for a man or a woman.
Yeah.
If your mate not supportive, like you said, if you throw something out there and they feel like, yes, it sounds good and you can do something with it, and they help you out, they building you up to make you do what you thought you couldn't do, So that is good to have a person in your corner like that. If you have a person that everything you bring up and they say, no, that ain't gonna work. Either they hating because they don't want you to build, because sometimes if you think about it, in some relationships, some guys don't want their female to make more money than them, or they don't want them to feel like, oh, okay, because if you get up there, then you gonna feel I'm down here, and then you gonna move along. No, if I'm up here, you gonna be up here with me. Ain't no moving along unless you wasn't right for me. Because you got people that can help you, and y'all could probably be like work buddies and connect, but the relationship part probably won't work. But if y'all got that chemistry to the point where it's like, okay, this ain't gonna work, but I like your business state, you know what I'm saying? And I want you to continue to do this with me, but our relationship not gonna work. Because why turn something away if it's business wise and it's benefiting both of y'all? Why turn away from it?
Even if the relationship don't work. That's good. That's really good. Actually, I had that happen to me a while back. I was, and the thing is, the relationship aspect of like dating that person was not there, but the business aspect of it and like making money and making moves and creative aspect of it was there, and the friendship was there. So yes, that dynamic definitely turned into more of a business/friend type of relationship, and which was way better.
Okay.
I think sometimes too, you can get it. You can have a friend who is your friend. I guess I'll say this: it starts the other way around. So you might start off as a friend/business partner, whatever that looks like, and then it can turn into something else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And sometimes it tends to do that because they like they like how you move,
Right, and especially if you're there on the same page, you guys are
Exactly.
like,
and that goes back to what I was saying with the relationship wise, if y'all doing the same level, y'all can't do nothing but get better.
Absolutely.
It won't be a bad relationship because y'all focus on money, because that little saying, people make time for what they want to make time for.
Absolutely.
So don't ever let a man say, oh, I work too much, I ain't gonna have time. You got time. Everybody has time.
Or
It
you make
just
time
depends
for
on
what you
who
want.
you making time for.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
you make time for what you want.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how that goes. Especially a man, because if he want to be with you and be around you, trust and believe he's gonna find a way to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Literally.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. Yes, you guys. So y'all heard it from Rhonda Skye, and as well as her Good Vibes Only business. So again, let them know where they can find you again.
Oh yes, for sure. So Instagram, Facebook, definitely just look up Rhonda Skye. Rhonda's with the H, RHONDA, and Skye, SKYE. It's just good vibes, good music. I love a good artist. I mean, I'm so for it. So it's definitely a lot of different clips of artists just showing up and showing out. I'm still trying to get my homegirl to drop something so I can have her on my show, Quita.
Okay, so you heard.
Okay, now let's for her because I know she's watching. We need to get her on there. Beautiful voice. But for sure, follow me, tune in. We want to definitely give only good vibes, good comments. We don't want to bash anyone, because I feel like the fact that they're going online and showcasing their talent is enough, so don't even leave any crazy comments. You can just kind of keep that to yourself. We want all hearts and love because it's good vibes, right? Yes. But oh my God, I really enjoyed myself, Ruru. This was dope.
Thank you for coming on. So yes, guys, with that being said, you heard it from Big Roo True Talk podcast, and it's True Talk, as y'all know. Episode 11 with special guest Rhonda Skye.
Yes. It was a pleasure. That was nice. That was nice.
Everybody always say that, like when they get off of it. Can you stop and press that?
Nice.
You're supposed to stop it. And
That was really interesting.
How you stop?
Just end it.
Shit. Just log off of it or something?
Mm-hmm.
My bad.